Nerd Reactor, roll out.
What's up, everybody? John here, and it's time to talk about Invincible Season 2, Part 1, and this contains the first 4 episodes, and after that, there's going to be a hiatus, so each week it's going to be aired on Prime Video, and then the second part of Season 2 is going to be released in 2024, so we're going to have to wait next year for that. But yeah, with this one, Invincible Season 2, Part 1, oh, this is such a joy to watch. It's intense, it's brutal, all the things you loved about the first one with just these characters, with the characters that grow on you, and you're wondering what they are, like Omni-Man. You know, Omni-Man was like, oh, he looks like a good superhero, and then later on, at the end of the first episode, he completely demolishes the team, the Guardians team, and you're like, whoa. You were in for a wild ride with the first season with the Viltrumites and all that. And I think with the second season, the first part, it doesn't really reach the heights of that end of that first episode up there, because that was like a twist that just, for those that haven't read the comics, it caught me off guard because I haven't read the comics. I was like blown away by what I've seen, like right in front of me. And so that's a hard thing to follow, but here with the first part of the second season, it still holds up there with just in terms of just the characters and just the brutality, the violence, and also just the humanity behind it. Because at the center, you still have Mark, aka Invincible, and at the end of the first season, he gets his ass beat by his dad, beat up, like missing teeth, and beaten to a bloody pulp. His face was just whoa. And so he's able to heal all that in the second season. He's got his teeth back. And he's transitioning now from high school because, he's graduating high school and now he's going to enter college. And also he still wants to become a superhero. He still wants to continue what he's been doing. And people are worried about him now. Like Cecil, he's worried. Like, is this guy going to end up like his dad? Nolan was like, yeah, I'm a superhero and blah, blah, blah. But later you find out he's not. So, of course, Cecil's worried. But then also Mark, deep down, like there's a part where he's struggling with that too. Like, will I be as bad as my dad? But he's still trying to fight the good fight. He's trying to prove himself like, I am a superhero. Just send me in. I'm going to do the right thing. And so that's like a lot of character development for Mark in dealing with this. And you also have other characters. This show has so many characters. Let's talk about, I think the thing that really turned things around is Amber. Because I thought Amber was really annoying the first season. Just with the way she's treating Mark, just tricking him. And then just not being very supportive overall, like in the first season, of who he is, because she knows he's a superhero, but she's gonna give him crap for that. And with the second season, I think they like really changed it around, and I think they knew maybe it's in the comic books, I don't know, but she is super supportive and just being a good girlfriend, and also she's going to college too. And she understands the life of dating a superhero. Like, if you're going to date a superhero, you should know that the superhero is going to risk their lives to save others. And so here she accepts that. And Mark would be like, hey, I gotta go and help out some people, last minute thing. And she's like, all right, just you be careful and just go out there and save the people. So Amber is just super likable now. And then you also have William, the friend, Mark's friend, and he's still like a minor character, but he's here and there. Like, he helps out with Mark because they're both roommates now in college, so he does have his moment to shine. But he has less of a character development compared to Amber. But then also Eve. Out of all those characters between Eve, Amber, and William, Eve has more of the character development between those three because she's still dealing with her family life and she's not sure what she wants to do. She still wants to help out, but then her dad's giving her crap, and so there's like that the tension between them because she wants to use her powers for good, and then her dad's like, it's not about the powers, It's about just putting in the hard work, and he doesn't think that Eve's putting in the hard work just because she can just create things out of thin air. And so there's that with a clash between those two. And then we also have Debbie. Oh, poor Debbie. Sandra Oh as Debbie. Just and the animators too, just creating this character that just feels like down, especially if you're married to Nolan, who you think is like this wonderful family, loving husband, loving father, and you find out what he's doing in the past and his history as a Viltrumite. That's just devastating. That is just really hard. And here she is trying to cope, and she's trying to figure out what to do. And so it's been rough for her. And then you also have some new characters being introduced in Invincible. You have this Angstrom Levy, who can create, just open up portals to different dimensions. And so this just opens up a can of worms on just the possibilities of, if you've seen anything, the multiverse is in right now with everything everywhere at once. You've seen this in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and also with Loki. And you also have seen this in The Flash and with the Batman and all that. So multiverse is in right now. And also South Park, the Pandaverse, join the Pandaverse. So that even talks about the multiverse, and it makes fun of how like they say it's like lazy writing, but I think if done well, it's great. Just everything everywhere at once. Just that one. I love that movie. And so with this, you have another multiverse thing with Levy being able to open up portals to dimensions. So here it's all about, it's the dimensions. So it's not a different universe or multiverse as they call it, but it's still similar. And so that leads to just more exciting things with this world that we have in. And then we also have the return of the Mahler twins. They're always fun just watch, just because they're like just big buff smart dudes. And you also have the Viltrumites, so they're here. And they remind me of, in this one, the first part, because they show like 3 Viltrumites, and they're on the search for something. And so they remind me of Zod, especially like in the Superman movie with Christopher Reeves, just flying around with his two peeps, and also kind of like Man of Steel too. But yeah, there's a lot of threats out there now, and you also have some returning favorites, which I don't want to mention yet. Just I want you to like watch it and experience that for the first time, and just have fun, and then also just feel and just be sad and all that, because this show, the first part of the second season, has me feeling happy, sad, emotional, and just with the action and all that. It's just so much. There's so many characters. Everything just jam packed for just giving us so much good content from Invincible. And then with Omni-Man at the end of the first season, he flies away, and so we get to learn more about what Omni-Man has been doing all this time, because the first part takes place like some months after the end of the first season, and we get to find out more about what everyone's been doing between then and now. And Omni-Man's going to be back. I'm liking this season so far, just because. Just when you think things are being peeled off with the layers are being peeled off for the first season, and then here for this one, and Omni-Man, I'm like torn. I'm torn between this guy, because he's wiped out like planets, and he's done some bad stuff, and so I'm like torn with that. It's an interesting character with Omni-Man, and then now you got to add in the relationship with Mark. It's just a messy thing right now, and this show, oh my God, it still continues to be one of the best superhero shows out there right now. Animated show too at that. But yeah, so overall, yeah, my thoughts on this: Invincible season 2, part 1 is jam packed with drama, with the action, with the gore, violence, and comedy, and the characters. A lot of the characters get plenty of development, and that includes Invincible, that includes Eve, and also Debbie, and even Donald. Donald, he gets like his moment where you're feeling sorry for this guy. And then the animated series, yeah, it just continues to be one of the best superhero shows around right now, and even like probably like one of my top favorite superhero shows of all time. Yeah, because it's up there. This is up there. The Boys is up there. Daredevil season 1 is up there. And yeah, it's I'm happy that it's continuing on, and we're gonna get more of this. And so yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Once the first episode comes out. With that, I'm John, and I'll see you guys next time.